Morning, hello and welcome to another one. This is the end of last week's video and the beginning of this week's video. Last week's video, I was going to say we're going to do a sunrise, but we just didn't get the sunrise. It just wasn't happening. But now, after all the morning of rain, we've got masses and masses of rain this morning. It's looking amazing. Look at this. And this is the start of today's little adventure. That's the start of today's adventure. We've got mountains, hillside. We are heading into Glencoe up this direction, and we're going to find some waterfalls and stuff like that. You can see all the boys are out, all the vans and the buses are out and about. The plan is to get going. It's 9:30, but the sky's looking really, really good. You just have to watch these puddles as the cars come past. You get really wet when the cars come past. We just have to dodge them. But yeah, this is where it all begins. So welcome to part 2, and Glencoe area and around surroundings, and yeah, let's get going. Let's find some waterfalls and some nice scenic something to take pictures of. We're on the move. Denise holds it really close to my face, right up my nostrils, as far back as you like, dear. Yeah, we're on the move. We're just heading up the Glencoe road, and there are some really nice medallion-y sort of little autumn colours on the trees, so hopefully we should get a little bit of colour somewhere over these next few days. Now, I put a post on Facebook last night and put a photograph up that I took where we were. Now, I don't know what my pictures are going to look like on the camera, but I'm going to post up in the corner now the picture that I took on my phone, and it is amazing. Probably one of the better pictures we're going to get all week. But the light's just starting to change a little bit, and it is raining. It's going to be massive showers and rain all week, so we're going to struggle. But our first port of call is the Glencoe ski resort. We're all going to hit the toilets, and maybe one or two are going to hit the showers, and then we're going to go and find Devil's Cauldron, which is a bit of a secret-y sort of location for taking a picture, because you get a really nice view of the river going over. There's going to be loads of water in it, and you get the mountain, the Bilkle Mountain in the background. So that's the plan. Camera feels getting closer and closer to me, so I'm going to have to shut up talking, and we'll see you in a little while. I'm just sneaking out for a quick photo. They've all driven up there. I'm going to get a quick one of these because this is amazing. A phone shot and a quick hand shot. So we have done Glencoe. We have all visited the little boys and little girls' room. We've topped up with water. Now, if you do top up with water while it's got the temporary water system on, it's going to come out brown. And the reason for it coming out brown, and I'll try and show you this later on, the reason for it coming out brown is it's peat. The water's filtered through the peat filtration systems, and so it's basically the water out the hills here, which is actually better than the water you get at home. There's signs in this car park at the moment for no overnight staying, and when they are allowing it, it's £2 to park your vehicle unless you want a hookup, which is 20 quid for a hookup. So it's not bad. One of the shots is down here on the left hand side, which is the Black Rock Cottage, we call it. So it's like the Black Roos, and it's a famous photograph. Again, I'll stick one up in the corner so you can have a look and see what it looks like last time we were here. But it's no good photographing today. One reason is we've got locations to get to, and the other reason is there's a great big motorhome parked right near it, so it's just not ideal at all. So yeah, we're heading that direction. We're all in the vans at the moment. We're going to break in a minute and split the vans for the next location after that. So yeah, let's go. Let's get this place underway. And the weather's definitely changeable now. It's looking quite interesting, and the guys have been taking snapshots as we've been going along because it's looking pretty promising in places. Very moody, very atmospheric. So I've got my fingers crossed for this one. If it comes off, then it's going to be an amazing photograph. So I'll speak to you when we get to the car park. Come on. What's this? How cool is this? He's come right up to say hello to us, and my camera's on my back. Hello. That was deeper than you thought it was. I think I was, yeah. I'm not sure whether you guys got that, but Daz has just walked in that puddle and it was at least 6 inches deeper than he thought it was. You can see everyone's behind us now, they're all trailing behind. It's not a far walk, it's only a 5-10 minute walk from where we parked, so this one should be a relatively easy walk. It's high, we've been advised to be putting our wellies on because Craig is leading us today, because Craig is still with us this weekend, like I said in the last video. He knows this area very, very well. Most of the other locations I know, but this one I'm not sure of. I've got an idea, but I'm not quite sure of where it is, but it's hoping to be quite a stunning little shot. But yeah, I'll put a phone photograph up in this corner for you for those deer, because he was gorgeous. I was trying to get him to come and eat some grass out my hand, but he weren't having none of it. But that was gorgeous, very, very sidetracked, hard to drag people away. But I'm hoping to show him some more a bit later on, because I know where they all hang out. We have made it onto the moor where we need to be. So everyone's here, we're all scattered around, but look at this. Look at that. This is kind of what I want. This is this with the Buchel Mountains behind us, but it is going to start raining any minute now, and we are going to be endowed in absolute sheets of rain because it's gone very, very grey. So I'm going to cover up the camera and I'm going to show you what's coming towards us. All this is coming towards us now, so I'm going to get that out of the way. Once that's cleared, I'm going to set up down here where these guys are, get these lovely rapids and this waterfall, even some more photographs down here, get the Buchel Mountain behind it, but I do need this grey grain stuff to come over the top of us first, because that is going to be very wet and very uncomfortable. So yeah, this is stunning. Let's get something sorted here, but I'm going to hide from this rain first, get my hood up and put this little Osmo away. Oh, and if you are coming this way, you need your wellies, and be very careful where you're walking, because you can disappear up to your knees or deeper. Look at this. So we've been stood here probably, I don't know, 15-20 minutes waiting for the rain to stop. By God, there was a lot of water falling on us. We're absolutely drenched. Even inside my pockets are drenched, everything's soaked. But we've got a fleeting chance now of maybe getting a shot. So I've got the camera out, I've got my little bag out just in case. The polarizer is just on the minimum at the moment. I'm going to hold my filter over the top of my lens, try and stop some of the water, and I'm going to hit the shutter button and hope that I can get something. And already I can see water spots. It's really, really difficult, but the light right in the background is fantastic. So I'm just hoping to try and get a shot. Again, water spots straight away. I think the water spots are on the inside of my polarizer, so I'm going to have to just change that first and then I'll get the shot. But yeah, we've got to act really fast because we've not got a lot of gaps in between the rain. But this is stunning. Shooting in these conditions though, you just have to grin and bear it and just make the most of what you can when you can. Can't miss up these opportunities. This isn't actually the Devil's Cauldron. The Devil's Cauldron is about 500 yards further down this river, but we had to come here first because we just love the look of these rapids, and the light in the background now is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to shoot off a few of these shots, or take a few of these shots, just a slight variation, go over maybe where Darren is because he's got a bit more of a leading line, grab the light while I can, and I'll come back and talk to you when it's all over. Getting excited now. This is cool. The atmosphere, the way it's just changed from being a complete grey, buckets and buckets and buckets of rain to what we're getting now. It's just absolutely amazing. You can see all the lines and the textures in the Buchel. It's gone dead clear. And every so often you get this little shaft of light comes across and just catches little parts of it. Now I did a stupid thing this morning. I've got a really bad thing. You can see how bad my middle finger is, where I dislocated it about 2 weeks ago. I forgot to wrap it up before I come running out the van. It is really cold and in a lot of pain, so I'm going to have to get back to the van and wrap it up as soon as I can. But yeah, I'm just trying to do a bit of a time blend now, so I'm trying to get these little patches of light in different places and try and get the shot. It's a beautiful leading line from the water. The water's probably too much, it's too many rapids, too much water, too much white froth, but it's exciting nevertheless, really, really exciting. But yeah, I just want a couple of little patches of light. I can just paint them back in and make that image just pizzazz out the, out the frame. Because at the moment, it's got lots of dramatic clouds. You want a nice focal point to send your eye to the brightest part. So you just need that little bit of shaft of light to hit something, drag your eye to the top of the mountain. That's what we're after. And we're going to hang around until we get it. Another shot at the moment. Pretty much where Darren was stood just now. Darren had a really nice one set up with the rock and the boulder that I tried to get in before and I couldn't get it in. So I've just managed to switch my lenses to the wide angle lens. I didn't quite get the little shaft of light that I was hoping to get. The lights are actually hitting on the right hand side. But yeah, hopefully this image will work quite nicely because I do like the boulder. What I'm going to have to do though is I've got to bracket the shot and I've got to bracket the shot with the polarizer on and off because I want to give myself the different options of where I want the light parts and the dark parts. Light parts or the dark parts even. So I am just doing a few bracketed shots just to try and get all them textures and tones in. The bucals are now shrouded by these dark clouds and they're rolling over the top. So it looks really, really stunning. It's a really, really nice horizontal shot, vertical shot, sorry. Very nice vertical shot with this big boulder in the bottom and then the bucal mountain sitting up in the top. Really, really nice. Now I don't want to spend the whole day here either. We've got loads of other things to do, so we can't spend all day here, but as long as everyone's happy and got a shot, I mean, you could miss something, but I think we're going to try and walk around and get a shot of this cauldron, and at least I know where it is and where to come back to in the future, and then possibly try and round everybody up and move on to our next location. Otherwise, we can spend all day shooting this, waiting for the conditions to just be just right, and we'll miss out on everything for the rest of the day. You never know, it could be conditions right in another place, so I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to call it here, I'm going to move on, I'm going to send myself about 500, 600 yards down that way, find this cauldron, and I'll come back on and show you what it's all about. So I hope you can hear me all the times I keep switching this video on because it's very difficult to work out whether you can actually hear me with my microphone inside. But we've now moved, we've come down to where what is called the cauldron. And I'm not actually looking at the cauldron, but I'm looking over the top of the cauldron. The cauldron's the second waterfall in front of this image. But I've got a really stalker of an image set up. I've taken one before, about 6 foot that side, and it was a vertical, and it looks really nice. And a nice leading line, little flow from the water's rapid. But this one's nice, it's like a jut of water that's sticking over the top of the rock. Daz is probably in a really nice position to get a good wide angle shot of it. I'm looking down the valley still, but again, it's absolute corker. But I'm doing a time blend, I'm just keep taking the odd few photographs, trying to get the light whenever we see it on the clouds in a slightly different place. Very, very difficult to do in these conditions because it is rain on, rain off, rain on, rain off. But it's working, slowly it's working. But everyone's enjoying themselves. Even Core, Nigel's missus, she's come along. She wasn't enjoying it in the rain, but she does enjoy being out with us. It's just difficult when you're not a photographer and we're all standing around taking pictures. It gets quite hard, but this is a lovely little framed up image. Nice composition. The Bucal Mountain in the background, looking down the Glen Etive, whatever you call the hills. I've just noticed a couple of bits of grass flapping around in the bottom of the image, so I've just pulled them out of the ground. And I will do a bit of cloning on the old cars. I'll get rid of the cars. Now there's a promising bit of light. I'm going to flip you around and stop talking. Just watch this light and see if it comes over the top of the hill. If it does, this is going to nail this image. Just see the light there creeping across. If it comes right the way across the top of the Bucal Mountain, we've nailed it. Come on, baby. Keep taking photographs all the time. You never know when it's going to disappear. 2-second time at f11. I'm going to keep shooting at f11. I don't mind if the background goes out of focus slightly, but it's creeping along. It's also down in the valley. If you look down in the valley down there, it's down there as well. Just spin you around, show you the sort of image I'm taking. I'm taking something like that, shooting that direction. So yeah, just keep watching that light. If it catches the top, this image is definitely done. Absolutely nailed it! The lights come round and it's actually shining all the way round, so I'm going to be able to paint this right across, and you'll see a stripe of light all the way across the top of the focal. Oh, absolutely amazing, and the actual pinnacle of it is actually shrouded in cloud, and I absolutely do love that a lot. That is fantastic. And now it's fading away, but it's down there on the left hand side, so I'm going to keep taking a few shots because I've got light on the left. Absolutely nailed it. If I don't get another shot today, that one will do. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, well pleased. Really pleased. I'm at the Devil's Cauldron now, just taking a couple of shots of it. I don't particularly think it's working because we haven't got the amazing light on the top of it, but I'm getting a shot of it anyway because it's pretty impressive, pretty nice, and I might be able to make quite a nice sort of a moody image out of it. It's really quite a nice shape to it, but yeah, there's no light on the background, it's just definitely atmospheric. And I think I'm only going to take the one, or say one, but a couple of bracketed exposures, just so I've got a bit of depth in the image, a bit of nice sharpness. But yeah, it's alright. There's some lichens on the foreground, but I think that's it for that one. So, not overly impressed. It's looking the wrong direction for me. Right, we're going to make our way down. Heading back down the cliffs that way. Let's pull you off and show you. Come here. Right, so Denise is heading back down to the... let's go. There we go. Yeah, you can see her going down there. She's heading back down to the vans, which are down there at the hotel. We're going to make our way down the side of this river and see where we end up, maybe behind them trees or something, and see if there's another image down that way. But as long as she gets back safely, she'll be okay. We are on the radios, so if there's any problem, she can shout me and I'll go running over there. Right, I'm going to head on down, catch up with Danny's on that way, and if I find something else, I'll switch it back on, and then I may have to end this video and do a part 2 for day 2. Right, let's get going. Oh, excuse me, old nostrils. I think my microphone's still on. Hope you can hear me. I'll see if I can check it and make sure. Microphone's on. I don't even know if my microphone was working earlier on now. Hopefully it was. Yeah, we're back to the van. I put the roof out just to give us a bit of respite from the rain while we get changed and get back in the van. We're not going to go down to the waterfall down the end now. I was going to go to Etive Etive Moor and try and get the waterfall, but I've just spoke to the guys. I said, look, what we're going to do, because of the rains like it is, we're going to go for a bit of a drive. We're going to drive right down to the bottom of Keefe, I think, down past the Skyfall scenery when they did the James Bond movie Skyfall. So we're going to drive down that way. We're going to have a cup of tea now and a bit of cake, and yeah, just trying to dry ourselves out a little bit and get ourselves sorted for the next adventure. I was going to make this a 2-part day, but my video is going to be a really long one. I don't care if my video is an hour long. These episodes, 1 per day, is 9 videos, so that's 9 weeks. That's 2.5 months. So I'm going to do a video per day, and I'm just going to show you what we're doing all day. If it turns out a long one, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So yeah, stick with them. We're off. I'm going to shut up now, get myself a cup of tea. The wife's down here. The wife's down here stripping off. Look, she is stripping off. Told you she was stripping off there. The other guys are over in the vans over that side. They're all over that side doing what they're doing. So looks like they're already ready to go. So I'm going to get a cup of tea first. He's got chocolate out as well. Look at him, he's got chocolate. So yeah, I'm just going to let everyone know what we're doing, and then I'll speak to you in a little while when we're somewhere different. me and the wife are walking down. We've had to stagger the parking a little bit because the parking down the bottom here is absolutely rammed. But it's good enough to come and have a look, have a walk, see the beach or the lock beach, whatever you want to call it. See if we can get a couple of photographs somewhere and make the most of what's going on. Everyone's here. Yeah, they're coming up in a sec. Yeah, we're all here. As you can see, it's rather busy. I'm not actually convinced there's a decent shot down here. This is the view though, look at this. Looking down this is Etive, looking right down, you've got the mountains either side and the atmosphere going on around them is fantastic. It's very, very bright down there, but I've got this big boulder in the bottom here now. I'm wondering whether if I can do a long exposure, smooth out all this water maybe and just get some light rays in the background, maybe, I don't know. I'm just not quite convinced there's an actual decent shot here. But we'll have a go, see what we can make of it. There's got to be something. It's worth a try. So I've got something set up. I'm facing the actual different direction now from the lock. The lock's down there behind me, so I'm facing this direction because I like this little row of trees, and a moment ago they were all lit up by the sun and now they're all really in shadow, but behind those nice brightly lit trees was all the shadows of the mountains behind it. So I quickly swapped the big lens over. I put the big 5140 on and the polarizer went on the front. Not that the polarizer is actually doing anything at the moment, but I put it back on the front anyway. I'm at f5.6 and I'm focused on the trees, and I'm hoping that was enough to actually separate those trees. The light's just coming over my shoulder again now, so hopefully it's going to light them up, and as soon as it lights them up, which is any minute now, I'm going to hit the shutter button and it's going to make them pop out. What I might do is go in tight as well, go in quite tight on them and see if I can just pick out a section of the trees, see if that'll work. But yeah, I prefer it down here than I do down there into the light rays at the moment. But you never know, it may all change. It's good, isn't it? It's good though. Scotland's amazing, an absolutely amazing place. Just making my way around the shoreline at the moment. I've come further back up now towards the trees to try and find something a little bit different, and you can't see me. Where are you? Hello. Yeah, I'm just making my way along the shoreline to see if I can find something a little bit different, because the view back there is fantastic with the light rays and God rays, but I just want to try and find something to put in it to make the foreground look a bit interesting. And I've got the bigger lens on as well. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful sight. I reckon from here it'll work quite nicely. I'm going to give this a shot. What do you reckon? Think that looks nice? Oh, I do. So I'm going to give that a shot and see if that works. Enjoy this one if it does, and if it doesn't, I'll see you somewhere else. Watching the light rays now, just watching them going across the bottom of the lock. The light's tamed itself down a little bit because there's a bit more cloud, which probably means in the next 15 to 20 minutes we're going to get wet again. Denise has gone up to the waterfalls behind me. I'm just loving these light rays. I don't really want to move, but I do want to move, you know what I mean? I'm itching to sort of walk around there a little bit more, but this looks really nice. And I think if you can really get those textures and the light and dark parts out the sky and influence those, you know, the light rays coming down and lighting the land, I think it would make quite a nice shot. It looks very two-tone through the back of the viewfinder because you're shooting into the sun, into the light, but I think it'll work. I think with a little bit of playing in Photoshop, I think it'll work. I bet this is a right long video now. What I'm going to do now, probably I might put my drone up for 2 minutes just to have a bit of a play, make sure it's working before we get up to the Isle of Skye. And it'll give you time to get a cup of tea. just had a mouthful of nuts, so I've got a little bit in my teeth, so excuse me if I start playing with my teeth. Yeah, we're at our next location. We've come up from Glen Etive at the bottom there. This is about a 10-mile, 12-mile single track road, lots of passing places. So yeah, it's not too bad of a road to get along. But again, with 6 vans, it just makes it a little bit harder. We've actually pulled up at the Glen Etive Moor waterfall. This is a very big classic, extremely muddy underfoot, and we've got here just in time for the rain. So everything that we've dried out is now going to get absolutely drenched again. But yeah, why not? Let's go and have a look at this waterfall, show you guys where it is, get a classic shot if nothing else. The light's not going to be great because this is probably more of a morning shot because the sun's hitting it. Now the sun's gone down at the end of the lane down there. There's nothing left up here, but there is a lot of atmosphere going on in the clouds, so you never know, might get a little bit of something interesting, but it's an awful lot of water. That's why I want to take a shot. So we'll do this one here, and then we're going to head up to a parking place for the night, hopefully. So I'll check in when I get over to the waterfall, show you what it's all about, and then I'll show you where we're parking up later on, and then that's going to be the end of the video. I know it's a long one, but that's what's going to happen. Me talking a lot, showing you where we're going, and the wife getting her clothes back on that you saw her taking off earlier on. So we're at our waterfall location. This is literally 2 minutes away from the car park, but it's extremely muddy and boggy and slippy. There's some beautiful autumn colours down there. Oh, look at this for a bit of autumn colour there. I do like that little medallions on the tree there, and I do like the little medallions on the tree there. So I think that's going to be my framing for the waterfall, and get the nice flowing waters going up through to the Buchel Mountain behind it. Even in these conditions, I still think they look really, really nice. So I think with a slightly longer exposure, I think this is going to be really, really good. So yeah, all in all, quite pleased we're actually here. Lots of water, lots of colour, just no mountain to be lit up at all. So yeah, we'll make the most of it anyway. I've got my shot set up, but I've also stuck to the floor. There's a nice haze coming in from the left-hand side, and it's really quite pretty. I've gone 2 shots, I've done 2 styles. One with a Buchel bang in the middle, right bang slap in the middle, and it looks pretty good. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to pop them colours out a little bit. And I've also gone one with the Buchel slightly onto the left-hand thirds and the tree on the right-hand thirds, because I can actually see down the valley a little bit as well. Now the water is flowing pretty heavy, so it's, you know, there's a lot of water going on down here in this waterfall, so you can see it in front of you there. But I think the image is going to work quite nicely. I'm also going to try one with a 3-stop on it, just to give a little bit more of a longer flow for the water. So I think it would work quite nicely. But you never know. You never know. It might be too much froth, too much speed in the water, too much whiteness. Looking at it, it looks all right. I do like that hazy glow that's coming in from the left-hand side of the image. I do quite like that. So yeah, hopefully that one's going to work quite nice. I'm going to try and have a scout round, see if I can find something a little bit different while we're here, because I don't normally do it. So I think time's the time to do it. Time? Something like that. Anyway, the time's to do it. So I'm just keeping an eye on Mrs. C, because she's right near the water's edge, and I'm not very impressed with how close she is. Let's see if I can show you where she is. She is down here in those trees, just in there somewhere. So you can see her just down there. So I've just got to keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't disappear. So for something a little bit different, I'm going to go for a panoramic shot. I've got the camera set up. It's going to be quite a difficult one to get stitching together properly. I'm going to eliminate a lot of the sky, and I'm going pretty wide. I want to get all the rocks in the bottom down here in front of me. I want to get the movement in the water. I want to try and get everything in. And I'm going to sweep from one side where I've got all the trees right the way round to the other side. So I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to bracket it. 5 exposures. I'm underexposed at the moment, so I'm going to lift my exposure, try and make sure I've got something in the foreground. Even it out there, it's a bit bright, so a little bit bright over that side. Right, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to tilt it down a bit more, get rid of a bit more sky. There's more interest in the bottom, and I'm going to have to probably move you because I'm facing towards you now. The polarizer is in the off position. I could actually take it off, but I quite like it just where it is, so I'm going to leave it where it is, and I'm going to put a 3-stop on just to make it a bit more interesting, and I'm going to do one without. So that's my plan for here. I'm going to take this shot, hopefully it will come out okay. If it does, I'll put it up for you, have a look at it, tell me what you think, did it work? And if it didn't, then so be it, doesn't matter. I'm here, I'm having fun, and I'm with my friends, so let's just wind the exposure up a little bit more, because I put the 3-stop on. Let's go back round there. Okie doke. I'm actually in manual, so I'm trying to keep it all in manual for this. Let's give it a go, let's see if it works. F14, focused on the rock in my immediate foreground, and away we go. There's number 1. We'll be doing 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're going to have to stitch them together and see if it works. We are back in the van. We've found a park up for tonight. We're actually parked on the side of the road. We've managed to get all 6 vans along the side of the road in a big lay-by. So yeah, that's not too bad. We're in the Plan A place, but we're not actually in the Plan A parking where I was hoping to go. The parking looks really messy, roughy, and not very level. So we've ended up parked up here. So this is it for tonight. I'm going to say thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed you know, what we've got up to today and what we've been doing. I know it's been a long day, but when you're vlogging for a whole day and you're trying to sort of talk about photography, it does get extended, it really does. So we're all knuckled down for tonight. We're going to make some tea in a minute. We've got some pot noodles and some noodles on the go, and I've got some nice bread with some berries or something in it. Not sure what it is. Pecan.
Cranberry and pecan. Cranberry and pecan,
I've just been told by Mrs. C. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to drink my coffee now. See you in the morning for the first part of day 3. And yeah, till next time, ciao for now, see you soon, and goodbye.